Hello and welcome to Barn and Soul, where the farm meets the heart. I'm Kendall, and if you love animals, old barns, and the kind of stories that I guess stick to your ribs, you're in the right place. This podcast is for the animal lovers, the dreamers, the homesteaders, and the folks who find peace in the simple things, like the sound of rain on a barn roof or the way a goat greets you first thing in the morning. In this very first episode, I want to take you back to where it all started, to the roots of Dalby Farm, a place that's been around for generations but has become something truly special in recent years. Dalby Farm has been in my family since the 1860s. Over the years, it's seen everything from traditional New England farming to modern changes that would almost make places like this disappear. But instead of fading into history, our farm found a new purpose: conservation. We focus on preserving rare and endangered farm breeds, animals most people don't even realize are at risk of disappearing forever. I'm talking about Arapara Island goats, Ossabaw Island hogs, Shetland sheep, and some of the rarest chickens, ducks, and geese you'll meet. It wasn't always the plan to take this path, but in the late 90s, my mom had read a Boston Globe article that discussed how one farm breed goes extinct every single month. And she could never look at the farm the same way ever again. And fast forward to the early 2000s, and she would begin that actual process of researching and acquiring these rare breeds to not only breed and make more of, but also use as educational ambassadors for schools and families in our local community to come and learn from. Now, fast forward to today. Dalby Farm is the place where conservation is our heart and soul. We're not just a typical farm, we're dedicated to keeping these rare and endangered breeds alive, thriving, and in the conversation. So we're sometimes breeding, but we're always caring for these animals, and we're always educating the public, and we try to partner with others who share our same values and mission. Our Arapara Island goats, originally from New Zealand, and the Ossabaw Island hogs, a breed that was brought to the U.S. by Spanish explorers centuries ago. These animals are more than just a part of our farm. They represent living history and a future we want to protect. Our work isn't just about preserving breeds, it's also about fostering a deeper connection to our land and the animals that live on it. Our animals are incredibly social. We've created a space where they are part of the family, and for us, sharing their stories with you is just as important as their care. Dalby Farm is more than just land and animals. It's a feeling. It's the connection between humans and nature, the quiet lessons animals teach us, and the way a farm can ground you when life feels overwhelming. It's in the way a goat looks at you with absolute trust, or how a tiny chick pecks its way into the world, completely unaware of the odds that anywhere else would be stacked against it. That's the heart of Barn and Soul. The stories, the laughter, the challenges, the loss, and the little moments that remind us why places like this matter. That's the heart of Barn and Soul. The stories, the laughter, the challenges, the little moments that remind us why places like Dalby matter. Each week we're going to dive into something different. Some episodes will be stories from the farm, funny, heartfelt, maybe even a little chaotic because you're with me. Others will be educational, talking about the rare breeds we care for, farm life tips, or hey, maybe even answering your farm-related questions. Maybe I'll bring in some guests or family and friends, maybe fellow farmers or conservationists. Who knows? But people who love animals are welcome. Most of all, I want this podcast to feel like a warm, if not hot, cup of coffee in a barn on a crisp morning, relaxed, real, and full of heart. So, whether you're listening from your own farm, a city apartment, or somewhere in between, thank you for being here. If you love what you're hearing, make sure to follow us on YouTube so you don't miss an episode. And if you have questions, stories, or just want to say hi, you can find me over on Instagram or even in the comments. Until next time, take a deep breath, listen to the sounds around you, and remember, the soul of the farm is in the little things.